Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ plus story for today. I'm Faye What, and let's queer up gay culture. Shocking reveal that Princess Diana wore male drag to go to gay bar with Freddie Mercury. In a revelation that's lighting up the LGBTQ world, a new biography claims that Princess Diana once dressed in male drag to sneak into a gay bar with none other than Queen frontman Freddie Mercury. The buzz comes from Dianaworld, An Obsession, a new book by Edward White that hit shelves Tuesday. In an exclusive excerpt published by People, White revisits an iconic story that's floated in queer circles for years, and now it's back with fresh details. White writes, quote, "In Diana's mythology, furtive nocturnal activity plays an important role as moments when she secretly revealed hidden aspects of her true self, and nighttime offered the possibility of reinvention and anonymous adventure. The best known example being the alleged occasion when Diana took a trip to one of London's most famous gay bars," end quote. A night in the late 1980s when Diana persuaded Freddie Mercury, actress Cleo Rockos, and a gay comedian, Kenny Everett, to take her to London's Royal Vauxhall Tavern. Everett warned her, saying it was, quote, "not for you, full of hairy gay men," end quote, but Diana was determined, so Everett helped disguise her. Camouflage jacket, leather cap, aviators, and off they went. Rockos remembered thinking Diana, quote, "might just pass for a rather eccentrically dressed gay male model," end quote. No one recognized her. The foursome had a quick drink and slipped out, but the story stuck. White admits the tale, quote, "sounds far-fetched," but says whether true or not, it captures Diana's kinship with the queer community and her longing for chosen family. Freddie Mercury and Kenny Everett would both die of AIDS-related complications in the 1990s. Diana, the so-called People's Princess, died in 1997. But for many LGBTQ plus fans, her spirit lives on in stories like this. This news is resurfacing in the straight community because of the book, but this has been discussed in the queer community for a very long time. 2 years ago on my talk show, The Faye What Show, we talked about her doing this, and we reported it on Queer News Tonight. The straight community is just catching up now, but we've known this forever, that Princess Diana was just one of us. Mm-hmm. I love this story, and like we said in the story, we have talked about it, and I love that now, like, there's like more proof to it, right? And I could see it. Vauxhall, I've been there. Dino Mosquera actually told me to go when I went to London. It's a small little gay bar. It's really, really super cute, but it's been there forever, forever. And that's the bar that Princess Diana supposedly went to with Freddie Mercury. I mean, she was tall, beautiful. I can totally see them dragging her and her going in there.
If she could be a convincing male, then I'm a convincing woman. Ain't no way that soft chin, button nose beauty.
Hat, aviators, a jacket.
How big are the aviators? It's like, was she welding something? No, they're about this much. If you saw her soft, precious, delicate lips and that beautiful shaped chin, which I also have, there is no way, unless they were shit-faced wasted, where they're like, isn't that the
I mean, I've seen a lot of guys that are pretty effeminate looking in gay bars.
Right? And you're not going to go up to
the bar. Yeah, they're performing. They're performing. It's Alibi Rewind. They're performing. You know what I'm saying? There's no way they went in that bar and they were like, yeah, that's a dude.
Or maybe they thought she was trans.
Also,
and
standing next to Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury didn't stand out. I thought that was
it was the acting challenge for everyone.
Here's the journalist in me that really zeroes in on it. Okay, let's assume for a second that Diana could pass incognito. Freddie Mercury is not.
Hell
no.
So Freddie Mercury walks into a bar. The world stops.
Exactly.
And she's standing next to him and
nobody notices, maybe it was a quick thing, whatever. But I mean, I want to live in this story, okay? Like whenever I go into a gay bar, I want to hope that Michelle Obama is in male drag at a corner having a drink and is going to slip out through the back of Hunter.
Kamala Harris over here.
You know what I
mean? So do we think, do we believe we want to believe the story, or do we think it's possible?
So my take on it was that I really didn't believe the story, but I think it maybe there's something similar that happened where she used to go out, tried to be incognito, and maybe there was some kind of gay bar situation or whatever. But I think what I took away from it, my mother, I don't know if you know, Trinidadian people were obsessed with Princess Diana and the royal family because they were a British colony. So I had all the books of Diana, her wedding, everything in our house. My mom has the plates on the wall. Like, it was all of that. And what I remember the most about Princess Diana was when she took off her glove when the kids had AIDS.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember thinking, because this was, you know, back in the 90s, some of us remember it, you know, that
We all remember.
like you know, just we didn't know what the disease was, you know, and at that time there was still a lot of misinformation about how you could contract it, you know, and I don't know if it was 100% Diana was convinced that I would be 100% okay, but she still did it anyways because she had such a huge heart, and she had a huge heart for the gay community and also for children. So when I saw that, I thought of this story, I thought of her with that, and I can see her doing something like that, and I could see how her love for the gay community, and maybe that was kind of a myth that was put out there, but based on something that was very true about her that I love.
Yeah, and who does it hurt? Keep that story out there. It makes people happy. The reality is that the two people that she went in there with, if she supposedly went in there, died of AIDS years later. You know, I mean,
You know, the most interesting thing, Faye, about your story is, whether it's true or not, is that it's resurfaced. And this is a raging story. You talk about LGBT, but where our interest is really in the straight interest in this story. This is a raging straight Reddit story of the possibility that she went to a gay bar with Freddie Mercury. And I think what's really interesting about this is, just as you said in your story, you did this several years ago. It was like you talked about it, and it was a kiki that you talked about, and it was like, well, is it possible? It's completely different being in bed, kikiing with a boy in bed,
dreaming about Diana being at a gay bar, you know, dressed as a boy, you know,
to it being a news story, which is what it is today in the straight world. And it's like, wow, they really are behind us,
right? Right. Well, go pick up this. I want to read this myself. I want to read the book. You know, okay, who am I kidding? I'm not going to read the book. I'm going to get the Audible so somebody can read it to me. All right. And that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. So